Hey Maniacs, my name is Ryan. You can see today that this is a different vehicle than you've seen before. We're in my garage today instead of the Maniacs Garage, working on my daughter's 1985 VW Vanagon. It has a couple of issues, but we're gonna fix that today with a new panel. Did the driver's side already, came out pretty good, pretty happy with that. All right, let's see what we're getting into here. We need to cut this piece out somewhere right along here and then weld in this new panel. I did the driver's side. It came out probably better than I expected, honestly. Clocker home replacement panel doesn't quite fit as well as I would have liked it to, but it fits pretty darn close and works pretty well. Let's go look at the driver's side really quick. So we got this side all welded in, up here, all the way around the back side and around the fender lip. The door all shuts nicely, so it works. The other nice thing about it tapering up a little bit more like this than what the factory one did is that I don't have to cut it off even and weld it right at the seam. Basically the little new panel is welded on top of the old one, except for out here at the fender. I built it up a little with some weld. We'll put a little seam sealer around there to smooth it out a little bit, but then we're going to coat the bottom of this thing with some like bed liner from about the body line down. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of mark on here where we're going to cut, because we want to make sure we cut below this surface. That would be really bad to cut too high and then have nothing to weld to. So as I found with the driver's side, this is a little bit short anyways, so I'll have to bend it out so I can cut low, like cut down around here and not have any worries or concerns. Cut multiple times, measure once. Is that right? Not really, doesn't apply here. But we do cut multiple times because it's easier to take more material away than add material. All right, time to start cutting. All right, the old panel is rough cut out. It is missing. Time to test fit the new one. So this is part of the problem I had with the last one. If you notice, it's kind of trying to twist up. And that was the same problem I had on the other side. It doesn't want to sit in there really nice and flat for some reason. So this is where we start marking. And I had to trim a little more off the front on the other side, like up in this area, to get it to fit better. Well, we've done a lot more cutting. I did not record a lot of that because it was very tedious. 10,000 test fits later, here we are. So it fits in. I'm pretty happy with how it's fitting. It definitely will still need a little massaging, but it does seem to fit. Now it's time to do some grinding. We have to grind this paint off so that when we're welding, we're not trying to weld through paint. We want a good clean weld. We want it to hold solid. We don't want it full of porosity. And hopefully I have enough gas left in the welder, because I just remembered that I was almost out last time. Hey Maniacs, here with a quick inspirational moment for you. You ever had those times in life where everything looks fine, but everything's not feeling so great? Sometimes you gotta peel back a couple of layers and see what's really at the bottom of the issue. Sometimes our faith is full of holes and we don't really have much to stand on. Going through life can be like that sometimes, but the Bible tells us that going through a trial will make us stronger. It's going to be a lot of work to cut this old piece out and weld the new one in, but when it's done, I'll have something very solid to stand on. Sometimes those trials in life are the same way. They're usually not pleasant, but they do come out on top with faith we can stand on. So use the link below to contact us. We'd be love to talk to you with any issues you're dealing with, see how we can help you in any way that we can. If we can't help you, we'll get you in touch with somebody who can. Have a good one. We have the paint ground off around the edges of our insert that we're going to put in, and we have the paint ground off around the area where we're going to weld to the body. So follow along as we weld this thing in. Welding is complete. Definitely not the prettiest thing on earth, but it's welded and it's solid. Oh man, that was a big job. Thankful to have it done. We've been working on this thing a long time. Weld turned out all right. Grinding, it'll work. It'll be covered with seam sealer, covered with bed liner type material, so it'll be good enough. So here's the seam sealer we're going to use. Seam sealer is complete. Turned out exactly how I wanted it. I honestly could not be happier with how this turned out. I am super pleased, excited, happy, however you want to say it. Just a guy hacking it up in his garage. Definitely good enough for my teenage daughter to put a wrap over. It'll look really good when it's done. Thanks guys for following. Please sure to hit the subscribe button and turn the notifications on so you see when we release new stuff. Thanks for following.